Alright, this is my first video. I don't really know what I'm going to say. It's spur of the moment, so yeah. I suppose I'll make it short and sweet. Don't give up on your dreams. We hear that quite a lot, don't we? A lot of people say, yeah, well, it is what it is, really. But they never really tell you how to not give up, if that makes sense. When times are hard, there's always someone who's got a piece of advice, but never anything practical to do or a safe haven for. Well, that's really it, really, isn't it? You need something to remind you. You know, when times get bad or it gets down at, or not even that, or when times are good, you just need a focal point, something that drives you, a reason, ambition, a reason. Like, people have something that makes them get up out of bed in the morning, or people strive for the children, or as bad as it sounds, to prove somebody wrong. Or I suppose in a short message, because I'm just going to leave it really short, this one, just because it's my first one and I don't know how it's going to react to, is when times are good, like now, before times have even got bad, or you're slipping or you're sliding, think now something that when you're down, something that can pick you up. Prepare for the storm, as it was. That's what my idea is now. Prepare for the storm. Put something in place where, for me, no matter how bad things get now, I cannot get to rock bottom, because before I get to rock bottom, the thought of my son comes into my head, so it stops me, if you know what I mean. So my advice for people who are out there, who are at the moment going like the pendulum effect, you know what I mean? 1 minute up this way, next minute that way, this way. Do you know what I mean? Like going from left to right, left to right. My advice for you to find some stability and to find the middle ground was find something to focus on. If you don't have nothing to focus on, it's like treading water, if you know what I mean. You keep putting your foot down, but there's nothing underneath you, and the water's rising, and you might gasp when you might get it back down to here, but then you're treading water, trying to find stability, and the water rises back up, and it's continuous. It's draining of energy. It's hard work, to be honest, isn't it? You know what I mean. Sometimes you don't want to be treading water all the time. You need something to float on, a device. So that's what I'm saying, something that's important to you, something that gives you momentum, something that when the cards are in, you know, like, how to put it, you know, like all most cheesy films in that, yeah, when it gets to the end and then, like, there's some kind of conquest to go on, and they're like, oh, they have like the cheesy kid in the background, and they're like, go on, Dad, you can do it, you know what I mean? And he looks to the side and he's like, yeah, and you know, that incentive, it's no longer about him no more. It's not on his shoulders. Like, the wall could cave in, he could collapse, he could lose his, but it's past that now. He's not fighting for himself, he's fighting for something that he loves, the child, or it could be a friend, a relative, or it could just be just anything that speaks volumes to you. Do you know what I mean? So my instruction is for anybody at the moment who feels like their life's doing the waves. Sorry, I've got the weirdest sense of humour I've ever come across. Yeah, it's just basically find yourself a floating device. So no more bobbing up in the water or pendulum effects, and just once you got that focal point, you realise from that one, that I say, how shall we put it? From a brick, you can build a wall. From a wall, you can build a castle. All you've got to do first is build that first brick. Don't try and build a castle. Don't even try and build a wall. Just place the first brick and we'll start from there. Right, I hope you like my first video. I'm sorry if it's appalling, but yeah, so is life. But do you know what? Just building my wall, building my castle. Have a nice day. Bye.